In this video, I'm going to discuss a little bit of the operation for creating the floor plan design using the Multiline tool and some of the things that I've learned in doing this project. The first thing we're going to do is set up our AutoCAD to receive the information. We're going to get the wizard. We're going to select AutoCAD, engage AutoCAD. We're going to choose architecture, and then we're going to set the area, and then we're going to go ahead and get our tools that we need. So let's do that in our AutoCAD. Get a new file. I'm going to open up a new drawing, brand new. I have the wizard invoked. Remember, if you don't see the wizard, you need to type the word startup and then 1 and then close AutoCAD and enter again. Here is the setting that we will choose. Quick setup, choose OK, and that gives you this palette. We can move pretty fast. We're into architectural. You can see architectural units for a floor plan. We're going to say next. We're going to type in 60 feet and 40 feet. And this is going to give us our limits, our page space of the 40 feet. Okay, and then it reflects the change, and I'm going to say finish. Then we're asked to get the drafting settings in tools, and there's many things to choose. It's all the way down here, draft settings. Click on that. Change this to 6. So this is going to tell the grid how much of the grid we're going to jump to. We're going to do it 6-inch intervals per its own scale. It's adaptive. We have that selected. We have rectangular snap, 2D model space, and we're okay for that. It tells us we can check the zoom extents to see if everything worked out. Click zoom extents, and that's our drawing space. Next tool up the bat is we are going to find out where the Multiline tool is, and it's up here in the draw section. Multiline, as you guessed, is a double tool. It's 2 lines you can draw at once. Here's some things that I learned you may have to hunt for. When you select Draw Multiline tool, if you look down on your bar, it says M-line, which is Multiline tool. You can set the justification, the scale, and the style. So if you miss that, it'll take you a while to find it. So we're going to set up and create a new Multiline style. So let's do that. Let's go Format. Anytime we make changes, Multiline style. We're choosing, and we're going to make a new one. Okay, we're going to give it a name. It's going to be called Wall. Wall. And then we're going to continue. And now we're going to give it a description. This is a lot like Revit, another program. So learning this kind of gets you ready for other programs with a similar palette. This won't appear anywhere, but in case except when you call up the description, in case you're not sure what it is. And it's going to start and it's going to end. I'm going to put it on red. This helps me, and it'll probably help you too. That way I can see what I'm doing. And then we need to change this by layer. Okay, so this will make a 5-inch line, but we're gonna make a 2.5 inch line. And here we're going to preserve this negative because that's how far off it goes from the other line. So if you don't have the negative, you won't get the result you're looking for. Okay, I look it over, 2.5, negative 2.5, by layer, line type. Okay, set current, just like in layers, we have to decide which one. This will default, so we're going to set it current. And here's an example of what it looks like. That's pretty good. Okay. Alright, and now we are almost to the point of drawing, but we're going to get the tool of the day, and we go to Tools, we go to Toolbars, AutoCAD, 50 tools to choose from, and I just dropped it, AutoCAD, and we're going to get Object Snap. I've already selected it, but you would click to accept, Tools, AutoCAD, and then Object Snap. Okay, that took a lot longer than it should needed. Here's the tools we're going to use. There's one called Snaps From. So you could select a point, and then the next one on the list is going to be this one. Snap Endpoint. And then we want to have these things selected, dynamic. They would like to have, looks like ortho is on. Looks like they have snap mode on. And then we're ready to start our drawing. We zoom out so we can kind of see this. We're going to select Draw, Multiline tool. It says put it down near the near this reference, and now we can start drafting. But I can just tell I'm missing one thing. This is way too big of a line. That's probably like a 6-foot wall. So we're going to change that. So I need to go in. I need to select one more and do a right click. And I'm going to let's try this again. Let's do Draw, Multiline tool. Here's where I was telling you could easily spend a half a day on this. So back down here, I'm going to choose Justification. Top is selected by default. I'm going to choose Scale. Right now it's 20 feet. Okay, so that would have messed you up. You never would have got off the starting block on this one. And enter. And then I can do, so styles to wall. And style is wall. Okay. That's good. So we can, I'll just type it in there. Okay, and styles to wall. So here are the settings. See if normally this is closed and this is all you see. So only because I'm old school, I know that this information is contained in this pullout. But that would mess you up. So please replay the video if you messed up on this part. Okay, so let's choose the Draw tool and see if we can make something happen. Multiline, and I see that the scale has already changed. This is part of the hard parts of it. Enter, style is wall, and let's just make sure justification is at the top. Top is default. So I'm ready to start drawing. The book says start somewhere near the left-hand side, and then it tells you we're going to use dynamic input at negative 11 feet 6 inches, tab 0 because I don't want to make any changes. I have something, and now I'll try dynamic input, which I will point in the up direction. I want to make this part 25 feet 6. Here's start point 1, second point, and third point. So let's do 25 feet 6 inches. Okay, I'm just going to point in that direction. 25 feet 6 inches, and enter. Okay, so it's smaller than I thought, and then I'm going to make that, I'm going to do that turn, and I'm going to go in the other direction, which is 25 feet 11 inches, almost a square. Let's go 25 feet 11 inches. And then I come to an end, right? I come to a point where there's an opening. And it asks me to go ahead and choose, right click, choose enter. And there's my red fill just to know that I'm done, and that helped me out. Okay, here's the part where we use these snaps, because you need to bridge this gap, that opening, which is 3 feet. We're going to jump over that to start our next round of drawings. So let's get there. Okay, so we're going to select Multiline one more time and make sure that our settings are good. One, wall, top, all still good. And this part is always hard for me. So sometimes I have to. Okay, so there's a top part of this and there's a bottom part. We want the top. So we're going to choose this. And you see this movement? That's that 6-inch snap to grid thing I had going. Okay, so I'm going to pick the top corner. Snap to endpoint is invoked. Let's do it again. Okay, next I'm going to say at 3 feet, 0 inches. I have it. So I made that leap across the doorway divide, and I have to tell it, go just a little bit further to end this at 1 foot, 1 inch, comma, and 0, because I don't want to move. It's doing its own thing, right? So I don't want it to move. And now I see I've done it. And now I can come down here. Okay. Now the book tells you keep going, but this time just go by picking your points, and I'll do this, and I'll bring it down 30 feet. This part is a little bit easier, and I'm not sure why you wouldn't just do it to begin with. Okay, 14 feet 9 inches. Enter. And then point it up direction, 11 feet 0 inches, enter. And then I'm getting, there's that opening of that doorway. We're going to come back and fix this. And all I get left now is 1 foot 1 inch. Enter. And then when I do that double enter, or I right click, I can choose enter. Now I finally have that perimeter outline. Now we check with the book. We did everything here to this, up to this point, and that's a good place to start the second part of the video, in which we will start making the interior walls. We get a picture. Here's the interior walls we're going to make the next video. We're going to take 10 feet. This one here, 8 feet 7 and 7. And then this with gaps. These have doorway gaps. So we'll look at that at the next video.